Yo, what's up? This is Joel Duran, creator of Boxing Heaven, back with another video. On this one, we're going to talk about Terence Crawford and why I think he might be the next undisputed world champion in boxing. The last undisputed world champion in boxing was Jermaine Taylor back in 2006, and that was in the middleweight division, so it's been a while. And yeah, back then Jermaine Taylor was undisputed for about a year and a half, from July of 2005 when he took the belts from Hopkins until December of 2006 when he eventually would be stripped by the IBF and the WBA by then. So yeah, once you become undisputed, I mean, the next thing is to hold all titles is pretty hard. You get the mandatories and, you know, it's pretty hard to hold on to all of them. So that's what happened right there with Jermaine Taylor. Even though Hopkins held on to him for a pretty long time. So, and then right before Jermaine Taylor was O'Neal Bell in the cruiserweight division, and right before him was Sab Judah in the welterweight division. But yeah, it's been around 2006, 2005, so it's been a long ass time. But the reason I see Terence Crawford with the best chance of becoming undisputed. I mean, he could even be undisputed by this year. I think he is by this year, by the end of the year. Because it's going to get pretty easy. It's going to get a lot easier for him. Because right now, Terence Crawford holds the WBC, the WBO, the Ring, and the lineal title at light welterweight. So the only other two champions at that weight division are going to fight each other in a couple of weeks. April 15. And that's Ricky Burns and Julius Indongo. Ricky Burns is the current WBA champ, and Julius Indongo, he's the current IBF and IBO champ, as he just knocked out cold the undefeated Russian Eduard Troyanovsky in the first round. I don't know if you guys remember that. And that was a major upset right there. And then they quickly negotiated, and they got to fight together. So that was nice for Terence Crawford. As soon as I saw that happen, that's the first thing I was thinking about. Terence Crawford right there, undisputed. Could make it a lot easier for him being undisputed. So these two guys, the only champions, the only other two with major bouts right there in that division are them right there, and they're going to face each other. And they're facing each other April 15, and then a month after that is when Terence Crawford defends his titles against Felix Diaz on May 20th. So hopefully, I'm assuming Ricky Burns is going to end up winning that fight against Julius Indongo, which is going to be in his hometown of Scotland, Ricky Burns. So I'm thinking he's going to come out the winner. So, I mean, in that division, what other fight is there left to be made after Terence Crawford beats Diaz? I mean, it's going to be right there. It was going to be so easy to figure out that that's the fight that needs to be made in that division, Ricky Burns, Terence Crawford. And it's going to be, they're going to have all the major titles, all of them. So if Terence Crawford comes out of this one undisputed by the end of the year, god damn, he's going to have every fucking title you could think of, man. WBC, WBO, the Ring, lineal, I mean, WBA, IBF, IBO. You're going to have every fucking title you could think of. So, I mean, and it would be a lot better, you know, and more interesting matchup. It would be Ricky Burns against Terence Crawford instead of, Julius Indongo. not really known. So Ricky Burns is a lot more known. So that would be a nice fucking fight. And, you know, for all the belts to be undisputed. And we'll finally have our first undisputed boxing world champion. We haven't had one in a long ass time. Like I said, 2006. That's over a fucking decade. You know, but of course, I'm saying all this because it looks like Billy Joe Saunders is not going to end up fighting Golovkin. And, you know, we all know that Golovkin is only one title away also from being undisputed, but I don't see that shit happening. You know how fucking Billy Joe is. Now, lately he came out saying that Golovkin had until the end of the week. Well, we're at the end of the week already and no fight yet, so it looks like he's just fronting. He's just bullshitting. He ain't gonna fucking fight him. So he's gonna keep holding that hostage, that belt hostage, fucking Billy Joe Saunders. That's why I see Terence Crawford being closer to being undisputed, even though he only has 2 major titles right now. He needs 2 more. Golovkin only needs 1 more, but for those reasons, Billy Joe, I don't know, he's not gonna step up. I mean, even if he surprises everyone and Billy Joe does fucking, we end up hearing next week that he is gonna fight Golovkin, and boom, then that definitely is gonna be Golovkin being the first undisputed. But I still think that Terence Crawford is going to be right behind them, and he's going to become undisputed by the end of the year himself, too. But we'll see. I don't think so. Billy Joe, no. I don't think he's going to step up. He'd be bullshitting too much. And then we got the other one. I mean, the only 2 that have 3 major titles and are only 1 title away from being undisputed is Andre Ward and Golovkin. Andre Ward, even, I don't see that happening either because, you know, he was already talking about retirement, but I know he was just getting under the skin of fucking Kovalev, you know, getting him impatient and, you know, pissing him off, talking like that. But we still got that rematch. That rematch is going to go down, so we'll see. Probably in July or something they're talking now. So that's why I don't see Ward becoming, even though he's 1 bout away himself, I don't see it happening. We'll see what happens after he beats Kovalev again. Then he would need 1, the WBC, which is Adonis Stevenson, and fucking Adonis Stevenson, you know, his competition, goddamn. He's fucking ducking right now Eladir Alvarez, man. He's not fighting him. So this bullshit-ass fight, he's going to fight Adonis coming up. He's still going to fight Eladir Alvarez is going to become his mandatory, or already is, but he got step-aside money. So they're going to force him to fight that guy. So I don't see, even if Andre Ward sticks in the division after beating Kovalev in the rematch, I don't see fucking Stevenson anytime soon fighting him. And we'll see what Ward does after that. Maybe he does stick to retiring, or he goes up to heavyweight like he's been talking, or he goes back down to 168 to fight fucking Golovkin. So we'll see. I don't know. There's a lot of things going on right there between Golovkin and Ward. Even though they're 1 bout away, things need to happen. This one over here looks more doable for the reasons that I said. Terence Crawford and the winner of Ndongo and Ricky Burns. So that's the reason right there. Those are the reasons why I see Terence Crawford being the new undisputed champion, and I really hope so. He deserves it. I mean, I already took out the WBC champion in his division, Posto, last year, and now he would be taking out Ricky Burns. I'm assuming is going to win. He would be taking out another unified champion in his division, because it would be a battle of 2 unified champions, Crawford and, assuming that Ricky Burns beats Ndongo. And yeah, man, he would have every fucking bout you could think of, because when Jermaine Taylor was undisputed, he had all the belts you could think of too, but I think the only one he was missing was the IBO, which doesn't make you undisputed if you have it or not. I'm just saying, you know, you have almost every fucking belt you could think of. To be undisputed, you need the fucking WBC, WBO, WBA, and IBF. Well, back in the day, you didn't even need the WBO. It wasn't important until now. But now you need those 4 at least. The reason I mentioned the other ones is like, he would have every fucking belt you could think of, you know. Besides those top 4, it would be the ring, the lineal title, and the fucking IBO, which are the other ones that are considered world titles, but you don't need to be undisputed. So, yeah, I mean, he would be even more fucking undisputed than Jermaine Taylor, and Jermaine Taylor was fucking... He had a lot of fucking belts himself. So, there you have it. So, we'll see. We'll see if my prediction happens. But who knows? We'll see if fucking Billy Joe Saunders grows some fucking balls. If he does and ends up fucking fighting Golovkin, then definitely Golovkin's going to end up taking it first. He's going to be the first undisputed since 2006. Definitely. He'll definitely beat Billy Joe. But like I said, Terence Crawford would become... I mean, that would be amazing that we'll finally get... In the same year, we'll probably get two fighters becoming undisputed after going through such a long drought. I mean, over a decade without having one. And boom, in 1 year, we'll probably have two. Who knows? But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. And don't forget to follow Boxing Heaven on Facebook. And don't forget to hit subscribe here on YouTube. And that's all I got to say. I'm out.